Right then. Electric cars, eh? They're all well and good when it's sunny and you're poodling about town. But what happens when winter comes knocking? It gets a bit chilly, shall we say. And just like us, our electric friends feel the cold too. The problem is, when temperatures plummet, so does the performance of electric cars. You see, these fancy vehicles rely on batteries. And batteries, much like humans, aren't terribly fond of the cold. It's like trying to start your old lawnmower after it's been sitting in the shed all winter. It groans, it splutters, and it just doesn't want to play ball. The same principle applies to electric cars in cold weather. The battery just doesn't work as efficiently. Now, I'm not a scientist, but even I can grasp the basics of this battery business. Inside those big battery packs are lots of little cells, all working together to provide the juice. These cells rely on chemical reactions to generate electricity, and like a good cuppa, they need a bit of heat to get going properly. When it's cold, these reactions slow down. Think treacle in January. This means the battery can't deliver the same amount of power as it can when it's warm. It's like trying to run a marathon after a cold bath. So, what does this mean in the real world? Well, for starters, your electric car won't go as far on a single charge in cold weather. That's right, range anxiety just got a whole lot worse. Imagine setting off on a winter road trip, only to find your battery draining faster than a kettle in a student flat. Not ideal, is it? And to make matters worse, charging times also increase in the cold. It's like waiting for paint to dry in a blizzard. You see, the battery needs to warm up before it can accept a charge at full speed. Now, before you electric car enthusiasts despair, there are things you can do to mitigate these winter woes. First things first, if you've got a garage, use it. Keeping your car sheltered from the elements will help keep the battery warm. And when you're out and about, try to park in warmer spots. I'm not suggesting you leave it in someone's kitchen, but maybe avoid those shady corners. Another handy tip is to preheat your car while it's still plugged in. That way you're not wasting precious battery power on warming up the cabin. It's like putting the kettle on before you make a cuppa. And finally, be realistic about your range. Just like you wouldn't expect to drive from London to Edinburgh on a single tank of petrol, don't expect miracles from your electric car in the depths of winter. Plan your journeys accordingly, and factor in extra time for charging stops. There you have it, a layman's guide to the perils of electric cars in cold weather. So, there you have it. Electric cars in cold weather, not always the best of friends. But with a bit of understanding and some sensible precautions, you can still enjoy the electric life even when the snow starts to fall.